Okay, so I'm just publishing the oh goodness, the post response videos for the abusive situation, and I'm already on video. I think it's four, and I've referenced what had taken place, but I realized that I didn't actually start by explaining what took place. I'm certain I did in another video, and I've uploaded so many at this point that um, I I'm struggling to find the videos in sequence. So, anyways, so I figured just to add clarification, I would just do a quick detailing of what took place. And so this occurred in June of 2025, and the post videos that I did, so the response videos, I did them the day after. So it was on a Saturday evening when this occurred. And the context is just this: I was at my parents' house. That's where I was currently residing, and one of the big things that one of the main rules that my mother has at her house is she always wants the back door locked. She seems to have. I'm not sure if she's heard about different things, but she's got a fear of like when I was a child, they always kept their doors unlocked, but now they make a habit of locking their doors, which is that's what they desire and not a big deal at all. So I had left for a walk, and and I'd come back from a walk, and I came inside, and I locked the. It's just habitual. I seem to reach behind me, lock the door, grab my shoes, bring them downstairs, and then I go to the room where I was staying. So, anyways, I remember being in the room, and then I heard a really loud knocking at the back door, and I thought to myself, well, that's rather peculiar. Um, my parents seldom have guests, and nobody that I know. Well, maybe there might be one or two people I know that might come over, but nobody knocks that loud. So that must be a friend of theirs. And then I heard the knocking again. It was really loud and very aggressive. And then instantly I thought, oh yes, yeah, my parents. I think they're outside, so I might have locked them out. So I went to I exited my room, and then there's just a little stretch of hallway, and then there's a flight of stairs. So I'm looking up the flight of stairs, and then in their back door, so like there's the two doors, the screen door, and then there's the wooden door. In the wooden door, they have three panes of glass. You can see the people outside. And my mother was standing there, and her eyes looked like pure evil. It was like she was extremely, extremely angry, and I could sense it beneath my sternum. And I was thinking, oh no. So I proceeded with caution. I unlocked the door, opened the door. I said, ah, sorry, I must have locked that. And she started yelling at me. And she said, this is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. This is, you just, what if your father, what if he had an emergency and now he's locked out of his own house? This is unacceptable. Why are you, ooh, this is our house. Look at me. This is our house. This is our house. And I just sat there and I looked at her, and my eyes, like you can't see my eyes right now, but my eyes are like, they're welling up with tears. Like I don't, I get, I get that you hate me. I get that there's deep depths of hate in your heart, and I get that this is commonplace for you to do behind closed doors. But I don't know. I don't even know what to say to this. I locked the door like I always do, and I thought, God, I don't know how to handle this situation. So I just turned around, and then I walked to the bedroom, and I shut the door, and then I sat down and I started praying. And when I was praying, I said, Father, forgive her, for she knows not what she does, but also release me from any of this. Like there's so much hate and anger that's brimming from her that's trying to seep inside of me. And I don't want to feel about myself the way she feels about me. I want I receive the way you like everything you say about me and the love that you have for me. And I was really conflicted, very conflicted. And I was thinking, I'm just going to do a candid video and talk about how I felt in the moment. And my goodness, and I'll provide like a follow up with this too. Um, I just happened to, by hap chance, and there's no kosher word for coincidence, but I felt led to listen to a sermon from a very loving pastor who has a church in a big city. I attended there when I lived in that big city many years ago, so he has his service online. And I felt very conflicted because I was thinking, God, I don't want to shrink back from any spirits, but I honestly don't even know what to do in these situations. Like that hate was so aggressive. Plus, she just kept saying, "This is my house. This is my house." And I was thinking, I get it. You don't want me here. You don't want me. Like this is you're claiming your territory on this house. But I don't know what to say to this. I can't reason with this, and it just really hurts. And it's deep levels of it could be deep levels of rejection if I received it and came into agreement with it. And so anyway, um, in that sermon, the pastor he said he was talking about a practical aspect to living your life for God and living in the Spirit. And he said one of the things about living in the Spirit is you're very slow to speak. He's like, where you formerly would react and would lash out by impulse or just by reaction out of emotion, you're now like thinking, okay, Father, what do you say about this? And if you don't know, you don't say anything, and then you go and you inquire of the Lord. And I needed to hear that so bad, so dearly. And so, anyways, so that was a few days later. I heard that sermon. But anyways, but these subsequent videos. So there's 14 of them. They all detail the just the way I processed everything the following day. And yeah, I'm delighted to hear because I also detail the way I used to react before Jesus, and now the way I respond after receiving Jesus. So, anyways, I truly feel there could be a lot of good learning lessons from this. This is something that oh my, it's been rather difficult to learn about and very difficult to share. It can be rather, it can feel humiliating when, especially a grown woman yells at you and throws a temper tantrum about something that is, it's just it's just a common thing to do. It's not even an abnormal thing to do. I had no idea that they were in the backyard. But anyways, but it also reveals deeper levels, deeper things that are occurring in the heart that are not being talked about and they're not being purified. And it's there's a lot of things that we can and should talk about regarding these things. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to conclude this.